Let's learn some simple techniques to get some more depth out of your squat. Wait, where are the powerlifters going? We'll strengthen the hips for a stronger squat. Welcome back, powerlifters. And we'll explore how a better squat can make you better. If you want just bigger squat numbers, try another video. Powerlifters have left the chat. If you want a better squat so those bigger numbers actually mean something, like being a better athlete, being a better mover, just being a better you, then let's talk and move a little. Let's improve your squat to improve you. Maybe you're a natural squatter. You can rest here, you can be productive from here, you can live big chunks of your life from here. Well, we've got something for you too. But if you're anything like me, this isn't your chosen shape. The amount of work my flesh packet has to do to stay in this position might be visually subtle. This is a constant pull and tweak of my machine to keep this position. And it took me years to be able to get down here to begin with, but I'm glad I did. I can say though, after training hundreds of people around the world, that a whole bunch of you, especially my fellow Americans, have a really hard time squatting. It's either uncomfortable or painful, or you're just not loose or lubed enough to make a good deep squat that possible yet. But even those of you who feel groovy down here might be harboring some weaknesses, and they should be addressed so that this position has more potency in your quest for being a stronger you. Many natural squatters I know have that movement and malleability in their joints, but without the structural integrity that's needed to pursue other aspects of their strength journey. So how about some quick tips to get some strength, to get some depth, and to add so much more possibility to your beautiful squatty dream map. And yes, you can increase the weight on the bar, but more importantly, let's transfer that strength into the rest of our lives. Let's squish a 3-part series into a 7-minute video. This is such a simple little trick to get more depth out of your squat, but it might surprise you. It'll also reveal some secrets. And it can grow into something much bigger. Those are other videos, that's for another time. Let's start. It's gonna start in a plank, which can be on your toes or on your knees, doesn't matter. And you're gonna bring a foot as close to your hand as you can, which might be your first challenge. You might have to work at it to get it there, and over time it will. But the long-term goal is get it right next to your hand, and you sink your hips. You can bring your knee down and push your hips forward, or you can keep your knee up and get a little more stretch out of it. And you can build on this and take your arms in interesting places. But right now, we're focusing on getting this foot right next to this hand and sinking your hips. Then I'll go back to my plank, either on the toes or on the knees. Then I'll do the other side and sink it in as low as I can. Now, notice something. This is already a squat. I'm in half of a squat right now. So if I can work on this on both sides, getting those hips lower and lower, eventually I can bring one foot forward and then the other foot forward. And then I'm in a squat. Now, go ahead and stand up and then come back down, which is actually the hard part. Being able to get back down into this position might show you a few things about yourself. And then I go back to a plank. I recognize that from somewhere. Going from a beautiful plank into a beautiful squat, back into a beautiful plank, actually has a name. I wonder what it is. That's right. A burpee done well, at least in BodyTribe land, actually makes you a better squatter, makes you better at awareness for your plank, makes you a better overall athlete and mover. But it all starts just by being able to bring one foot as close to the hand as you can and sinking into it. Give it a try. So years ago, Dan John created what was called the Goblet Squat, which was a technique with just a little bit of weight to help people sink into their squat better. I've added some tweaks to also add some more foundation work to the hips to build that little thing that we like to call strength. If I sink into my squat, I'm gonna lift a foot. Now I'm not gonna sumo style this. I'm not gonna come up like this. I'm gonna try to stay down here. I'll come up a little, but I'll try to stay down here, pick up a foot, pick up the other foot, and then watch. I can sink even lower. And then while you're down here and you got that depth, you're still proud, butterfly your knees. You can do one at a time. You can pulse them quickly. Just move them in and out a little bit, then come up. So we're making certain muscles stronger while also creating a little more depth. There's a lot going on in this. So each rep looks like this. Come down, lift, lift, sink, maybe move around a little bit, however feels comfortable, staying proud, come back up. That's one rep. I've rambled on about Cossack squats in past videos. Cossack Today we're gonna add some variation to it to get more of that depth we keep talking about, but also add that strength to the hips that'll transfer over to all your other movement and athletic endeavors. It's a nice wide squat, and then I just sit back and down on the inside of one leg. Normally I'd switch over to the other leg, and there is your Cossack squat. But what if I decide to change it up a little bit and bring this foot in, and then this foot back out, and over I go, and then back, and then bring this foot in. Ooh, that's fun. What else we got? What if we change direction simply by coming down and then turning? I call this a salutation lunge, or maybe a celebration lunge, pushing the hips forward, trying to keep your spine straight, you're not super arching, and just reaching up, and then back to a squat. In fact, we can combine two of today's tips. That's fun to say. Foot forward, sink into it, come up into a lunge, turn into your Cossack squat. You can switch sides, go back here, and do the same thing here, or come back, turn, boom, boom. That little changing of directions from hips pointed forward to turning, hips pointing this way, opens up these guys a whole bunch. Again, both mobility and strength being synonymous in this case. None of these are meant for speed. None of these are meant to be timed. These are meant to be controlled, fluid movements. Play with them as you will. Have some fun with them. They're now yours. Hi. I guarantee that just messing around with these, letting yourself have no real agenda except just to play with the movements, will add a new level of possibility to what your hips can do, and therefore what your squats can do. Because we're trying to make our squats make us better. If we're just focusing on making our squats better, that could be a huge waste of time. Enjoy the movements, enjoy your strength. Remember, it's not how much you can do, it's what you can do with how much you can do. Take your strength and go live with it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for inspiring, because you do. And remember, you matter. Treat yourself and others accordingly. Bye. Switch to the other side. Buddy, hey!